Alright. Hello everyone. Hope you liked that little thing I just did. Because I'm not cutting anything out of this one. Let me turn off my PC here, so real quick. Move this down. And we'll get into what I want to talk about today. Okay, hello everyone. Good to see you again. If you're wondering what this is, well, so obviously you saw the title, you're here, you know why. So this video is, if you've seen what I've done on the channel recently, this video is a lot different than what normal, or what counts as normal on my channel anyways. So what I will be today doing is giving you warnings, things you should know, as the title says, things you should know before you deliver with Uber Eats. Maybe thinking, okay, so is this going to be a positive video or a negative video? It's going to be very negative, because it used to be positive. I could used to recommend it. Now it's not worth objectively shit. And there's reasons. I'm not just saying that. I have reasons. I wrote this down. That's what these are. So these are reasons. And I'm going to explain them to you. I'm going to go through them. I have 5 reasons, and then I have some examples. So number 1 is piss poor support / incompetent support. So what I mean by this is, like, support is something happens, it's a simple explanation, you tell support, it's the simplest thing, and these nimrods don't understand it, and you have to repeat it about 1,000 times, is 90% of the time, or they understand it, but then they do something stupid that doesn't fix the problem. They're very incompetent. Most recent example of this is, tax season is coming up. I need, you get a 1099 from them. And so I called them just because I don't have mine yet. And I asked them, hey, where's my 1099? Have you guys shipped it out yet? Are they being shipped out yet? Have they not been? Are they going to be shipped out in another week or so? And the lady told me I didn't qualify for a 1099. Now, I'm not going to say how much I earned. It's nothing like, oh my god, you earned that much? Time to hold you hostage. No. So I'm not going to say what I earned, but let's just say you have to earn more than $600 to get a 1099, to qualify for a 1099. I was easily above $600. Like 20 times that. Well, maybe not that much, but you get my picture. I was easily qualified for a 1099. And the lady said I didn't qualify. And I did ask, and she went through all this weird, complicated shit, and she couldn't answer a simple question. Have you shipped them out yet? That's all I wanted to know. And remind you, they're legally mandated to send them out by January 31st. So, yeah, it supports idiots. They're a bunch of idiots, and the managers are idiots. Reason 2 is confusing support. So when you call into support and you need help, usually you call them, they give you a whole bunch of options. Now, all these options are different things, and they list, if you need support about a problem with an order, please press 3. If you need help with an Uber Eats delivery or currently in progress, please press 1. You see what I mean? So, not quite like that, because that's, okay, yeah, Uber Eats. But, they'll say something like, if you need help with a previous delivery that is now completed, please press 3. So you press 3, and they go, oh, we can't do that for you. This is only for drivers who deliver people, not Uber Eats. When, in the menu, it literally says, it refers to both, Uber Eats and this one. And they go, no, we have to pass it on to the Uber Eats team. Nope, we can't help you here. It's like that. You find stuff, you try to find answers, you try to call them, and the answers that support gives you is confusing, or the call, when you call in, the options, you click on the option that fits yours, and they're like, nope, can't help you here. It's absolutely confusing, it's like a fucking chicken running around without his head on. It's insane. Okay, on to number 3, poor pay. Okay, so what do I mean about this? You will get a lot of deliveries, guys, that are a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, and they'll pay you absolute garbage. they'll pay you like $6 for like a 5-mile delivery. And the reason why this is a big deal, you may not be understanding this, is I have an example wrote down here. So the pay used to be pretty decent and used to be right, and then they changed it. There was like an update to the app, and that's when I noticed the change. That's when I can recall the change occurring. So here's the example. That's literally something that happened that I literally mentioned to them in a support message trying to get something corrected, a pay corrected. So I did delivery pre-update. It was no boost. So they also offered boost, which is whatever you're earning. So that's 1%, what you're earning, and then add, say, 1.1%, 1.2%, 1.5%, and that's 10 times, 20 times, 50 times more what you're ordering, what you were paid. So if you paid $3, you'd get $1.50 at 1.5. Got it? Okay. So no boost, 8-mile delivery. Before the update, I got paid $12 flat. And then I think I got a tip on top of that. So yeah, that's pretty good, right? Okay. So for a 10-mile, 1.5 boost post-update, can you guess what I got paid? Oh, seriously, I want you to pause this video, okay? And I want you to seriously sit there and think. If I was paid $12 for an 8-mile trip, no boost, before the update, how much do you think I got paid after the update for 10 miles, an additional 2 more miles, and 1.5 boost? I seriously want you to sit there and think about it. I want you to pause it, okay? Pause. I'm going to do a countdown. Okay, ready? The answer is $8. Yeah, $8. Oh yeah, you thinking that's what? No, that can't be. Nope, that's how much I got paid. I literally had that exact conversation with them. Like, how am I being paid $8 for 1.5 10-mile trip when I did just a couple weeks ago you paid me $12, no boost for 8 miles? Can you explain this to me? And support is fucking the. Oh yeah, here's another thing. Support's the biggest dicks when it comes to like getting money corrected. Like they will drag their feet through the dirt just so hardcore. They're basically all the way up to their head in dirt, and they're just dragging their entire body through, trying not to pay you what you earned, what you rightfully earned. Now, I'm gonna come back to that pay in a second here because it goes into number 4, what I had to say next. So we're going to number 4. They hide information from you. So information you need to know is not readily available. And the biggest example of this is they used to give you a breakdown of how you earned your money. So, what they paid per mileage, stuff like that. In fact, I have it here. I wrote it down because I remember this. So they paid you about 95 to 97 cents. One of those two, I can't quite remember exactly, but I know it's right up there per mile. So if you go 1 mile, they'll pay you 95 or 97 cents per mile. I think it's 97, so I wrote down 97, that's what we're going to go with. They would pay you 97 cents per mile. So you go 1 mile, you'll earn 97 cents. Got it? Okay, and then they paid you a $1.40 pickup fee. That means you went to the restaurant, picked up the food, took it. That's the pickup fee, $1.40. And then they paid you about $1 in drop-off fees. It means drop-off. So you dropped off the food to the customer. They paid you about $1 for that. So you can see why, you're earning money more. And then they added on, in an update, they added on time. So if you so you go into the restaurant and you give them the order number the order number, and go, I'm here for this order of Uber. They go, okay, it'll be another 20 minutes. You sit down, press the order's not ready, and once you do that, every minute that clicks by, they give you about 25 cents. And time waiting. So you can see that, right? You can see what I mean? See what I mean? Exactly. So that time waiting plus the drop-off fee, pickup fee, and then per mileage, you can see how you can earn some money. But now, since the update, they don't show you that information anymore. They just tell you what you earned, and they say, here's what you earned with 1.1 boost, and that's it. No other information. You cannot access that information. I looked everywhere for that information. They're legit hiding that facts from you. And it's insane. Hold on. What's going on? I'll be right back. Ooh. Okay, it was nothing. Right. Sit it back down. So let's see. Yeah, so information that you need is just not available. You cannot access what the breakdown of payment is anymore. And it's insane. And I know why they do this. Because, of the payment. The payment's been gypped. You've been gypped on your payment. They're slacking their payment so much. And my example of this is, the perfect example of this is this $8 one. They don't, they don't pay you correctly. It's insane how little they pay you now. So that trip, right? And here's another problem is Uber doesn't tell you where you're going. They'll say how much they guarantee they'll pay you, but they don't say where you're going. They don't show how far you have to drive. And there's the big part, is that you could be sent 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 miles to pick up from a restaurant and just go 1 mile. And they're only going to pay you for that 1 mile from restaurant to house. They don't pay you for the drive they send you on. Think about that. So on this $8 one, right, I got sent it took me 23 minutes to get to the restaurant. It was about 8 miles. And then from the restaurant to the house, to the person's house, was 10 miles. So in total, 18 miles of driving. And they only paid me $8. Yet a few weeks ago, literally, as my example shows, a few weeks ago, they paid me $12 for 2 less miles. Uber doesn't pay you right. They should be forced to pay you from the moment they should be forced to count in all your driving miles to the restaurant as well, because guess what? You're sending me 25 miles down the road. Stop banging on the wall! Sorry about that. So, did I not just say stop banging on the wall? I'll be right back. If I can hit the pause button. Right. Someone was hanging something up in the garage, and apparently they're done. If they're not, I'm going through the wall like Kool-Aid Man and kick somebody's ass. All kinds of weird. So this is what happens when you decide, nope, I'm not cutting a video, I'm not stopping it unless I have to. None of that. Alright. Again, they just don't pay you right. Like, if you send me 25 miles, if say you go out, you decide at 4 o'clock I'm going to go out till 10 o'clock, and they send you 25 minutes to a fucking restaurant, and then they'll pay you correctly. They don't pay you for any of that driving there. Guess what? You just lost 25 minutes. And the worst part is, they sent me out to an area where there's a few restaurants on Uber, but there's not nearly as much as I was at. I was by a mall with about 40 restaurants that were all on Uber, and they sent me clear out to somewhere where there was about 10 in the entire city, in that entire area that was on Uber to deliver from. Do you see the difference there? And then when I contacted support, talked to them, and presented them with flawless logic that a few weeks ago you had paid me $12, $4 more for no boost, no 2 less miles, and yet here I am, 2 more miles, 1.5 times boost, and I'm being paid $4 less. Can you explain this to me? And, oh yeah, and they also pay driving time. I forgot to mention that. Driving time is also included in the time factor that they pay you as well. So waiting in the restaurant and driving to the restaurant. So I really should have been making more money on that. Had I immediately gotten to the restaurant, guess I probably would have been paid around $5. Can you believe that? Now, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like bullshit. That's hiding information. That's hiding just pure information. Like, I should be able to know how long it's going to take and where I'm going. They don't tell you this shit. They don't tell you the shit you need to know. Okay? And then finally, the very last thing. Number 5, and the reason why I remember that it was the update, this one specific update that changed all this, is that Uber punishes you for other people's faults. So you may have heard that some states are now forcing Uber and DoorDash to treat their delivery drivers like regular employees. They have to pay the minimum wage, they have to give them benefits, they have to, do all of that. And they have to, pull out the taxes and stuff like a regular employer would do. They have to do that by law in these states. So that means all those drivers in all those states like New York and I think of New York and California, where this is required. I know it was New York. I was talking to my brother. He specifically mentioned New York, where like in New York, the people in New York, guess what? They'll look great for them. But until it comes to your state and they are forced to do that as well, guess what they're gonna fucking do? They're gonna punish you because before this update, Uber was paying fine. You could see they were paying fine. You could see all your breakdown of what you were being paid, mileage and stuff like that. You could see all this information, and support was logical, right? Hey, I did this delivery, a similar delivery like this 2 nights ago, and I got paid this much. Here I am with a boost, and I went 2 more miles. What I should be paid at least that, And they'd be like, yeah, you're right. And they look at it and be like, okay, yeah, you're right. We're sorry about that. And they, most of the time, 90% of the time, they would fix it and, give you a compensation. Support, and then this, support used to be logical. Then this update happened, and all logic went out the fucking window, and support buried themselves up to their head to drag their bodies through the dirt so they don't have to pay you a dime. Because all of a sudden, your money dived, like nosedived, like a damn kamikaze bomber. It just, boom. It is insane. It's very clear. You say, oh, how can you be sure? Because post this update, I started earning about 40% less. Doing about the same amount of work most nights, and a lot of those nights actually doing more. So I had a goal: $60 a night. Earn $60 every night. Now before this update, that was easy. That was about 5 or 6 trips. And then some nights it was like 4 trips. Like 5 or 6 trips was about 50% of it, and then like 30% of it was like 4 trips. 40. And the last 10% was trips where the dude either tipped really well or was a really good trip. Most of the time it was like 3 trips in a night, and they all paid pretty well. So I got close enough to 60. I was like, okay, I'm done for the night, right? However, that changed. All of a sudden it became about 7 to 8 trips to hit 60, and that became about 40% of it. And then 30% of it became 5 to 6. And then the rest was somewhere between 4 and 3 trips. You couldn't get through a night and just do like 2 trips. And then, worst of all is they started making it hard to get orders. See, I lived in my old house before I moved, was close to a shop. It was at Boeing. So, if you live in the Seattle, Everett area, and you know where the main Boeing plant is, there is, just down the road, there is a shop, there is a strip mall full of restaurants. Now, these restaurants, all of them are on Uber. So every night when I started my work, I would turn on Uber, sit there, and it took about 20 minutes to get an order. But once then, everything kept rolling. And I would usually get an order to there or to one of the restaurants on Evergreen Way, which is the big, highway, running in the middle of the town. You know what I mean? The big road. That changed though. Now I would turn it on, sit there for about 30 minutes, and I'd get an order most nights. But some nights I wouldn't do that. And so I was like, okay. So I got in my car, went to Everett Mall. And I'm giving people reference here now because I don't care anymore, and because anyone who does live in that area or knows that area can testify to what I'm talking about. So I went to Everett Mall, sat in the parking lot across the street from Everett Mall, which has a Red Robin in it, and sat right next to Red Robin. But I'm so close enough to the mall. Everything in the food court's on the mall pretty much. There's Famous Dave's that's on the food that's on there. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings that's on there. There's a ton of restaurants in that area that are on Uber Eats. And if I couldn't get an order at home before the update, after waiting 20 minutes, I went there, I get an order within about 5 to 10 minutes once I arrived. Or hell, that's if I didn't get an order before I arrived on the way there. Then, after this update, I'd get there and I could literally go an entire night without getting a single order sitting there. And then and then my last option was to drive up to downtown Everett, which, if you know, there's a lot of restaurants down there, not a lot of parking, but a lot of those restaurants are on Uber Eats. And if I had to do that back before the update, I'd get an order, guaranteed. It was about 40% of the time I got an order post-update. So you say, how can you be sure that they're punishing you for this? Because this update came after that first ruling, I think in New York, or where after the first few states started enacting this. So it's literally cause and effect. States start demanding, say, you are required by law, Uber, DoorDash, Grubhub, in our state, to treat your drivers like regular employees. They must be given minimum wage. They must, their hourly wages must meet minimum wage. They must get benefits, etc., etc. That gets passed. This update comes out about 2 weeks later. And guess what? All of a sudden, you can't see what your breakdown of money is. They won't tell you what you're being paid for mileage, pickup fee, drop-off fee, time. Won't tell you that stuff anymore. They're paying you less. Their support's being jackasses and won't at all tell you, work with you no matter what. Even when you have rock-solid logic that cannot be denied. None of this. And they're not giving out as much orders anymore. Oh yes, and there's one thing you must know. If after all this, you decide, I'm still going to deliver with Uber Eats, just as something on the side. Alright? Here's the one thing I can give you that you should listen to no matter what. Under no circumstance, try and deliver with a Boost. Because Boost are bullshit. What do I mean? Simple. Before this update, they gave out a ton of orders, and most of my orders were guaranteed pays. It means people weren't accepting the order, or they needed someone to get this order done quick. And so they offered a guaranteed pay, $6 guaranteed. No matter what, you were getting $6 guaranteed. Right? Cool. You did, hey, and no Boost. And that was fine because I have learned when there's no Boost, you make more money than you do with Boost, because with Boost, they don't give out orders to people who have higher levels of Boost. So if you have 4 people, right? Person A has 2 times Boost. So he's going to earn, if he makes a delivery, he would earn $5 on 1% Boost. Instead, he'll earn $10. The person next to him has 1.7 Boost. You get the idea? Next person has 1.5, and the last person has 1.1. If you are all sitting there at the restaurant together and you all turn on your Uber Eats at the same time, they all go on at the same time and ping out, the person who's 1.1 is going to give the Boost. That's how Uber does it. They will work their way up to who's closest and who has the lowest Boost. So they do a circle around the restaurant. It's about a 1-mile circle. Does anyone in this area have a 1.1 Boost? No. 1.2? No. 3, 4, and then they'll go all the way up. If there's no one in that 1-mile area, they'll expand it to 5 miles and do the process again. See the idea? So when you have Boost, you don't want Boost because they won't give you orders. So you can look and see like, oh shit, look, 2.2 Boost. That means I'm not only going to earn 2 times what I would have earned, but I'm going to earn an extra 20% on top of that. That's fantastic. 1 order if you're lucky. One. And you'll earn like $6. Yeah, that's not bullshit. That's actually something that happened to me. It was like $6.37 on a 2.2 boost. How's that for you? So if you're going to do it, so I'm not telling you whether or not to not deliver Uber Eats. But if you decide you want to do it, keep these facts in mind because you will suffer absolute migraines of this. So you're asking, wait. So now you may be asking, wait, hold on. So you gave me all this advice, right? Warnings about them, problems with them. You're warning me, hey, try to deliver without boost. All right, cool, gotcha. Thank you, Point Blank. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. What about you? Are you still doing Uber? No, not because one, where I've now moved to the Orlando area, and Uber and DoorDash aren't giving me jack shit in terms of orders. I've turned them on, gone by restaurants, tried to, nothing. And two, I'm tired. I'm tired of, one, DoorDash's app is absolutely horrendous. You know, it just doesn't work, right? You try to use Android Auto in your car. Every time, you know, I'll give Uber this, their app knows, okay, look, Android Auto, boom, 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 it works. You try and do that with DoorDash and the app goes, it has like a stroke. It's absolutely insane. And two, I'm tired of the constant fighting with Uber support. And don't even get me started on DoorDash. You have no way to talk to someone. So DoorDash wants you to open up like a log, like a chat room, and chat with them. Well, if I'm driving, I need to be able to talk with you. Like, hey, I'm on the way to the customer. You know, there's a problem. Can you know, there's literally no support number with them. So that's a topic for a different day. In fact, that may be my next video. In fact, that will be my next video. After I coalesce some thoughts on that. Regardless, no, I'm trying to find a regular job. I have 40 job applications and I wish someone would hire me. I've applied for everything from a dishwasher to a front desk receptionist at a hotel and nothing yet. And before someone asks, yes, I've tried for a pizza delivery guy. Anyways, this has been my video. This is just me warning you, telling you what I know for a fact is truth. If you still decide you want to do Uber Eats, good on you, but be warned, follow this advice, and just be prepared, because you will experience this. Maybe you get lucky, and maybe for like a couple months you don't experience this and you think, oh, he just got bad experiences. But I'm not the only one who has suffered this. My brother has. People my brother knows who do Uber Eats suffered some of these problems. My dad has. Uber went from bad. Like, I helped my dad do Uber Eats a while back, like in 2016, and then he stopped doing it. And we stopped doing it, and then I went and started doing it by myself, and had gotten so much better in April of 2019, and then by the end of 2019 they had switched back and gone to so bad. It's absolutely insane. It's horrendous. So just, hey, I know I might seem a little, I'm a little angry about this, yes, and I might seem a little, my voice got loud, and I do recognize that, and, but, you know, these are my feelings about it. I'm expressing how I feel truthfully, and I'm being honest with you guys. And this stuff does irritate me because it shouldn't be like this. You know, it shouldn't be, but it is. So please be warned and be careful. Thank you very much, people. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day. God bless. God bless. Why did I say God bless? I don't know. It just seemed like a thing to say. I need an outro. I'm gonna write down a whole bunch of things and figure out an outro. Point Blank out. Deuces. I don't. Look, if I knew what I was doing, do you think I'd be doing this? No.